Hi, my name is Lexi Swayze and welcome to Star-Crossed Gone Wrong. And today we will be interviewing Jeanette McCurdy. Jeanette McCurdy wrote the book I'm Glad My Mom Died, a recollection of her life growing up, starting with an abusive mom, then the whole dance and everything. Without any further ado, here's Jeanette McCurdy.
Hosted by Gray Wright, a podcast on travesties and their survivors. Join her on her premiering episode, the first of a 3-part series on how the lives of many people were changed by that Chernobyl. Follow her as she recounts the stories of some of the survivors on her debut episode of Voices from the Past on May 9th, 2025, wherever you find your podcasts.
Hi, can I call you Jeanette?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, the whole story of your mom was baffling to me.
Yeah, it was hard. My mom just wanted to push me into what she never got to do, acting. And by doing that, I never got a real relationship with her. Like I said at the very start of the book, she wanted me to be 99 pounds. I only reached that the day she died.
She had cancer, and from the book, it looked like she used it as a guilt trip, not just for you and your family, but anyone who would let her.
She used it whenever for whatever she could. She got into so many places that she shouldn't have because of it. And for the time that I do remember her, she never let anyone forget it. It was even worse when it came back. She tried to hold back who I was becoming and pulled the cancer card every time she called it.
What was your mother's obsession with you looking young? It was kind of insane.
She thought it got me more roles, so she kept me from aging, from making me look younger by doing my hair in younger styles and restricting my calories to delay puberty. Also making sure I sounded younger. It was awful.
So you never liked acting?
No, I never did. I only did it for my mother, and after she died, it was still for her. I only kept going because I still craved her validation. That is what led me into a really bad relationship. He did the same stuff my mom did. And on top of that, I had to deal with Dan Schneider, unluckily for me.
On the topic of Dan Schneider, weren't you one of his favorites?
Yes, I was, sadly. When I was on iCarly, he just straight up liked me better than the other kids there. Then on Sam and Cat, even though he liked Ariana more, a lot of people on Victorious made it clear she was not to be messed with. And the whole time I was also struggling with my jealousy for Ariana. She got all the stuff my mother ever wanted for me. She was a pretty young actress who could sing as well. She got to model something my mother also pushed me into. I was lucky to become the face of a very unknown brand. She was modeling for popular brands, and her singing was getting a lot more attraction. I wanted to be her friend so badly before Sam and Cat started. Afterwards, I couldn't feel anything but absolute utter loathing for her, and I still hate it to this day because she was nothing but nice to me.
All right, we're going to circle back to your book, even though that's something you talked about in it. What do you want people to get from your book?
Be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their circumstances are. A lot of people never knew what I went through until I wrote my book. And that's another point I want people to get. Tell your story, because telling your story is the only way that it gets out the way you want it to.
Okay, we have time for just one more question. How does it feel being a nonfiction writer in a very vast romance and fiction world?
Not a lot of people are nonfiction people, which is understandable. and it is one of the reasons why I have a fiction novel that was set to come out in 2024. However, I cannot release any more information on that.
Oh, I'll have to read it when it comes out. Well, that's sadly all the time we have for today, Jeanette. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, you look like you need a break from your everyday life. Come on down to the Crystal Grotto in southern Illinois. We're a massive lakeside cave filled with crystals galore, and our massive geodes being our most prevalent feature. Our tour guides are trained in geology and multiple safety procedures in case of emergency inside the caverns. Been open since 1974 and continue to serve your community with shiny rocks. The owners of the Crystal Grotto are proud to be sponsors of Star-Crossed Gone Wrong.
And thank you to all the listeners. This was nowhere near possible without knowing I would have an audience. Join us next time as we talk about a different well-known child star and how her life went wrong. I'm Lexi Swayze, your host, signing off.